to Too Many Hats Podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats Podcast.
Top of the morning to you, my beautiful people. Happy Friday. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. It is your host with the most, Tony Mays. Lavelle Salt on his way. Man, look, it is Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday, baby. Y'all know what that means. We get to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, how y'all want to talk about it. Because what is Freestyle Friday? It's Freestyle Friday, man. And we're gonna talk about it today. First of all, let me say I'm excited, man, about our trip. Um, we love venturing out, trying to see the world, man, and this is an opportunity for us to be able to do so. And every chance we get, man, we definitely try to do that. So definitely excited about the adventure that's headed our way, man. Definitely require your and solicit your prayers, because we do know that anytime that you leave out of the country, man, you know there's all type of risks and stuff involved with that. But we're just leaning and depending and trusting on God, man. So hey, we're gonna go and enjoy ourselves and to the best of our ability and do what we need to do, man. So we're excited about that. Freestyle Friday, man. We talk about what y'all want to talk about. Um, I I don't know, and I'm gonna start this off. I don't know how many of you guys have saw the Diddy documentary. Um, I do know. I heard Angela Yee report yesterday that Diddy is trying to sue Netflix for $1 billion, saying that that the documentary is kind of slandering him, and kind of have taken some things out of context and some other things, uh, so I don't know. I know he filed a cease and desist earlier, and that was turned down. Well, it was turned down by Netflix. Netflix said, "Hey, you know, uh, they had the exclusive rights to be able to do what they doing, so they ain't scared. They ain't scared of Diddy." But again, I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to actually watch the documentary, but um, like I saw the TMZ series of the trial, like I forgot what they called it, but I think it was a 4 or 5 part series that they did, basically, leading up to the trial and through the trial, and they talked to different lawyers and all that different stuff, and just some of the stuff that they were talking about then, even going through some of the testimonials during the trials and stuff that was said, and I was like, these folk off the chain. When I tell you, Diddy and Cassidy, you know, as beautiful, as Cassidy is, man, she good morning, is old man. Cassidy is in a bad place, like her and Diddy, really mentally, bro. The stuff that they was doing, and then even after this documentary, I saw videos of some of the male sex workers that was working with Cassie, and they had actually had 2 of them on the show. They didn't have the Punisher, but they had the other 2 dudes on a interview they were doing, and they were talking about how at one point they had I guess you could say it was kind of like a threesome with Cassidy, where not Cassidy, Cassie, where each one of them thought that they were the only dude that was kind of dealing with Diddy and Cassie, and come to find out, she got multiple dudes, and she teaching telling each and every one of them that they the only dude she dealing with, and she she was always requiring them to submit their STD records to her, but she never submitted her ST or showed them her STD records. And so one of them I know is actually suing Cassie because he felt like she put him at risk, kind of telling him that he was the only one she was dealing with. Anyway, it was crazy. If you haven't seen the documentary on it, man, um, dude is crazy. Did it crazy, bro? Like if any of it, if any piece of it is true, dude crazy. And it's like this thing that I always say, man. Um, if one person say something about you, or even maybe two people say something about you, it could be questionable. But if everybody's saying the same thing, talking about the same stuff, and these people haven't had really necessarily conversations with each other, and they talking, describing the same type of behavior, yeah, there's something wrong. Everybody can't be wrong, is all I'm saying. Now, I do believe that with Diddy, a lot of people may have just tried to take advantage of that situation, may have willingly participated in a lot of the stuff that he was going on. They even showed a clip of Khloe Kardashian way back in the day on one of those early Kardashian series where she was talking about she went to a Diddy party, and she was telling her friend or somebody who she was talking to this, oh, you would have liked it. Half the people there were naked. You know, she was slick snitching then. So yeah, it's crazy, man. And the baby oil, I don't know what the fascination they had with the baby oil. But even those two sex workers was like, Cass would be like, oh, stop and pick up some baby oil on your way, stuff like that. So I don't think that all of the baby oil that Diddy had on his premises that they confiscated had these drugs or stuff in it. But all of these sex workers, at least these the male sex workers, all said that that Diddy and Cassidy used to be out of their mind, like taking the drugs. Like they would be up for days, you know. And I'm like, how I mean, you got to be a sick individual, man, just to pop drugs and stay up for days just to have sex. These two dudes said they had sex with her for 2 days, 2 days, and that they couldn't like stop and trade off or whatever until she was climaxing, till she got her climax, and then she said they would take maybe breaks to eat, or Diddy and Cass would run in the back room and do their little thing against drugs or whatever, and then come back out and go back at it again. And it's crazy, y'all. When I tell you, like, I've never seen even like, if like, how do you go back to regular life after this? How do you go back to business as usual and regular life, like after all this stuff that went down? Like, I don't know, it's weird to me. It's super weird. But anyway, we're gonna talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, because that Diddy thing, bro, is something. You know what? I want to see. I want to see if I can find a video of them two dudes describing like this encounter with Cassie, man. How weird it was. Let me see if I can find it, cause um I know it's on YouTube. Uh oh, here, where this is. This is one of the dudes, but I wanted both of them together. Let me see. Y'all give me a second. That's the other dude, but here's him talking to Tasha K. I wanted to see the video of both of them on the couch together talking. It was shit was crazy. Clayton Howard and the other dude is, of course, we know the Punisher. It was the Punisher, Clayton Howard, and what's this other dude name?
Merry Criminal.
Three that we know about. Daniel Phillips. Let me see if I can get this one. This a dude say everybody been looking for him. Oh. Have you watched it, Lavelle?
What's that?
The documentary on Netflix about Diddy. You will watch. Well, this dude is him and Cass are off the chain, bro.
Oh yeah.
When I tell you they off the chain.
Yeah, I watched it. I binge watched it the night it came out.
You binge watched
straight through.
I didn't. I think it took me a couple. It took me 2 days.
Yeah, I watched it the next day when it came out.
Yeah, I think it took me like a couple days.
But like I was telling Don the other day, I mean, if you understand who dude is, he been treacherous like that. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Tupac fan back in the day, so. And honestly, Tupac and Biggie, they grew up together. You know what I'm saying? They used to be best friends. They, you know what I'm saying? They slept on the couch together. You know what I'm saying? So he was jealous. He didn't want nobody in a relationship with Biggie but him. Anybody that he felt like he can capitalize off of.
Then he had this thing too of just like if he felt like you was the man and you had a girl, a really nice girl, he would go after your girl. That was weird stuff too to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever he could do to get that girl, I just
yep.
Yep. It's just a weird dynamic, man. Oh, here it is.
Very weird.
Let me see if it'll let me. I might just have to share my screen. But I just want you to hear like some of this because this dude, I mean.
And now that they say the man trying to come back and sue.
yeah, he got a $1 billion. Diddy got a $1 billion lawsuit in against Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yo, $1 billion, man. How you come up with that number?
Well, see, my thing is, look, man, a hit dog on Bob. I think, dude, you just pretty much now you just saying you guilty to me.
Well, I don't know how you not think you not guilty.
Right.
I really don't, man. But
that channel, that's all they've been talking about.
Yeah, man, it's off the chain. I'm a let me take this down. It is y'all got it. Like it's just unreal, man. Like the stuff, and when you look at Cass, like she just don't seem like that type of person. You know, just because she's so pretty.
Happy to have y'all both on the platform, man. For the people that's not familiar with y'all, introduce yourself to the people.
All right, man. I'm Clayton Howard. I am the gentleman who had the courage to sue Cassie for being part of the conspiracy that Diddy recently beat.
And I'm Daniel Phillip. I'm the guy that everybody's been looking for, trying to find out who I am. But yeah, I was also one of the guys that was subpoenaed to testify against Diddy in the Diddy and Cassie trial. I was one of the guys that was intimate with Cassie.
Out of curiosity, how did both of y'all meet?
We met inside of a Diddy Freak Off, which is a chapter in my book. Where the two of us had a how can you know what? We'll just say it for what it is. We had an orgy with Cassie. No homosexual activity involved. Got to say that for the record. Diddy called each one of us independently to come meet Cassie. Neither of us were told about the history of each other, but basically we were brought together for a competition to see who could last the longest to allegedly be her main provider or main guy, whatever she wanted to call it.
Style starts with the details. The difference between mid and next level, a real gold chain that hits.
Yo, that's funny though, because he describes it that way, Art. But to me, I was there before him, and they asked me if it would be okay for them to bring somebody else. I didn't even know whether it was going to be like another guy or whatever, but he shows up. They never mentioned anything to me about a competition, man. Apparently they mentioned to him that we was having some big competition or whatever to see who lasts the longest. But, you know, I'm either way, I'm happy that I didn't take that consolation prize. Let's just say that.
So take me through that exact day. Like, what exactly happened?
Let me start first.
It's just weird, bro. Like, I mean, you can start if you want, man. It's strange. I'll say that and let you do your thing, bro.
All right. So I get a phone call from Cassie this day, like, hey, what's up? And you know, like, she's beautiful, she's intelligent. I have been sleeping with her for years at this point. And truthfully, considering the way the situation worked, every time I used to see her number come on the phone, it was like cha-ching, payday. So I see her call this day. I'm like, okay, band off. We're going to G off today. Cass is calling me. So when I get on the phone, normally when I get on the phone with her, she's like friendly, she's affable, she's inviting. This time, however, she's the same thing, but she throws in, hey, would you mind if another guy was here? Now, at that point, I thought I was the only guy. So naturally, and I think I told you this the last interview, I was kind of hurt. Like, who is another person? So she starts explaining to me, and she literally lays it down like this, that she has two guys, and her and, you know, Diddy want to get these guys together to see who's the best, because he doesn't want her to have two guys. He wants her to have one guy. So she literally puts this situation before me, kind of making it seem like, you know, you're gonna fuck or you're gonna get fired. Realizing that situation, trying to protect my income stream, because I did consider her an income stream at the time, I had to strap up and go in for war, you know? And that's how when I got there, I came across this brother. So I'll let him take over, then we can mingle.
Yeah, man. Yo, this is just weird, bro. Like, first off, it's weird as to already have another man in the room while you know, having sex with a woman, but like it's a strange dynamic to have Cassie be as visually like stunning and sexy as she is. And then you know, a part of you is like, I really want to go in and do this, but then the other part of you is like, this motherfucker in the corner over here dictating how to do this and how to do that is like really like pulling me in the opposite direction. So you take that and then you add another guy to the mix, and it just gets real strange, man, especially once he becomes like active and you fall off and you just sitting there watching, like, yo, I like it's just weird, bro. I don't know how else to explain that, man. It is weird. Bro, you ever had one of those cars that have a limiter on it? Like, you can't go past a certain speed. I mean, you bought this because it goes crazy fast, but you got to do 100 miles on that bitch before it actually opens up and allows you to go all the way. That's what it feels like. Feels like you got a limiter on it and you can't do your thing, bro.
You know what the worst experience, the realization, it wasn't even the worst experience. I want to say the eye-opening experience. That's a better thing to say, is when I walked into the room and he was in front of her with his penis in her face. I was heartbroken, yo. Because that's when the realization that she had other men doing the same thing I was doing to her and she was doing to other men. That's when it hit me right there when I saw him and she was loving.
Oh, man.
How you heartbroken? You already with another woman, another dude woman.
So, because if you listen to him, he said he had been doing this with her for years. Right. And he was under the illusion he was the only dude. So naturally, and the other guy said the same thing. He felt like, damn, I felt betrayed, you know, because they felt like they were the only ones dealing with Cassidy on this level. And of course, bro, if you dealing with somebody for years doing that, she's beautiful, sexy, they done develop some feelings, bro.
I feel that, but if a dude don't call you to hell something with his supposedly his gal,
To you in that position, to you in that position where you
we'll
got
talk.
this girl, you feel like, man, and then I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid to do this beautiful woman. And then I come in there all of a sudden, and there's another dude in the mix, and he got his thing in her face. And then you start thinking about all the stuff you done did to her. I didn't kiss her. I didn't.
But understanding this man dynamic, understanding 50. If you don't been to the freak offs. Come on now. Anyway, I digress.
But see, their freak offs weren't like the big Diddy parties.
Right.
Theirs were individually, like meeting at Cassie's apartment or, some nice hotel somewhere. It was never like the big giant party Diddy had with everybody kind of going there now. So they felt like their situations were special. But and ultimately, both of these jokers have been doing it a year. So imagine the Punisher too. The Punisher probably was doing it too for years. And how many other dudes?
Right. It's crazy.
I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm like, Cassidy. I just see her now in a whole different light, bro. And if I was her husband, her now husband, and I'm in court with her supporting, listening to this, bro, I'm like, all of my decision making skill, everything about the decision to be with her is just like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn, bro, like, what the did I get involved with? Then even after the fact that she's been married to this dude that she with now, she's still been texting Diddy back and forth about freak offs. I miss you and all of that. How do you feel about that?
No, that's out of order.
That's what I'm saying. Even after she so-called stopped dealing with Diddy supposedly and got married to this dude, she was still having conversations with Diddy, talking about she missed the freak offs and missed, stuff like that.
She's gonna mess the court case up.
They read those in court. And then she tried to say, like, okay, I was under like this mystical spell. No. Listen to these dudes, she enjoyed it much than Diddy. She had a insatiable sexual desire, bro, that had to be. She had a scratch, an itch.
And she was with somebody when Diddy connected with her, and she took her from somebody, didn't
Oh, could have been.
I think so.
But I also know, like, one of those moments when she was kind of hot at Diddy, mad. She tried to go and kind of holler at Kid Cudi, and almost got him killed. But these, I mean, just listening to this, bro, is disturbing in itself, right? But just listening to this is disturbing. But
like, she's there, she's all engaged. This guy's, penis is in her face. Diddy's sitting over in the corner. I'm sitting on this couch. I'm sitting on, I think it was a chair there because we was in the bedroom. I'm sitting on the bedroom just drinking because honestly, I'm messed up. I got to get drunk just to continue because literally I'm thinking I'm making love to this beautiful woman for 2 years. And now I see that not only am I doing it, but he's doing it too. And he looks like he's having sex with her pretty much the same way I am. So it was definitely, it was an experience I had to adjust to in order to get through it.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said that too, bro, because the one thing that gets you out of this is Cassie is so relatable, like in person, like she's just a down ass, chill ass chick. Like like I was just talking to Clay before the interview, man. She used to lay on my lap on the couch, just shooting the shit, talking for like hours while Diddy was doing whatever the hell he was doing in another room and whatnot. And, you know, like, so when you go from feeling like you're building this kind of a friendship, relationship, connection, and she's telling you you're the only one I'm doing this with.
I have no idea who came up with the idea to get me this, but it's genius. It's 2025, and some people are still using those battery lights, swapping a ton of batteries every month, total waste of money. Check this out. Smart motion sensor light on a whole nother level. No wiring, no drilling. Stick it anywhere that's dark. It lights up as you walk up, automatically setting the mood. It turns off when you leave. No more fumbling in the dark for switches at night.
3 a.m.
Yeah, you feel a little betrayed, a little butthurt, bro. when another dude, no pun intended, bro, but like,
I was gonna say that too.
You know what I mean? You feel a little bit violated, bro.
So he felt the same way. He literally felt the same way. Like they felt like we've been dealing with this woman for I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, however long they've been dealing with her. And God knows how many other guys that haven't come forward or weren't subpoenaed, you know, bro, it's disturbing. It's disturbing. And if I was her husband at this point, like I don't know if I could continue in the relationship. Like how hard would that to be? Now it's different, bro. If you know that you are with an ex porn star, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already know. She done told you I used to be a porn star, so you already know it's videos floating out there. It's everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you decide to continue to wife that want to be with that person, then that's what it is. But you understood what comes with that,
right?
But you getting with Cassidy and knowing she been with Dad, knowing that she been with Diddy, I'm pretty sure she's probably had it. So you know, look, there is some stuff that Diddy made me do or whatever that I ain't proud of. But when you start hearing stories from these dudes, like, oh, she was so applicable, she was just so friendly and nice, just lay across my lap and talking. She told me I was the only one. You started like, this was lying to me, man. She enjoyed this. The Clayton dude on the right was talking about how, I don't know if the other dude, but how Diddy would make him ejaculate in jars and keep his semen.
Yeah.
And play with his semen. I was like, what kind of weird stuff is that?
Well, you know who groomed him, don't you?
Who groomed who?
Diddy.
Clive Davis?
There you go.
I heard that like Clive was gay, but and well, he did because he left his wife and family to his partner. But like, how deep does that go though? That's been kind of said all the way through Hollywood like that too, not just musically.
They said dude used to have some stuff. Where you think he got the freak outs from? They said Clive Davis man used to have stuff. Doc. They said anybody who was anybody was in them places that you wouldn't even like. Damn, they down like that.
So look, I don't have any problem with consenting adults showing up at a party and we all decide we want to get freaky with each other.
Okay.
I don't have a problem. I mean, if we're consenting adults, we ain't got to be drugged out of our mind. I'm not drugging you and making you do it, but I'm talking about you consenting, you come and saying, hey, I want to be a part of this, and we got this big thing going on in the room. If you having parties like that, that's cool. I like where's the I ain't gonna say where's the wrong in that if we're all consenting and we doing this. There are no minors in the room. There are no, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's being drugged been made to do it. If we're doing it, I'm okay with it. So if Clive was doing that and having those type of parties, what was wrong? As long as they weren't doing the stuff that they just saying did have been doing, like he's had minors at the party and doing this with minors and drugging people and making people do stuff, and then that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if you willingly participated, nobody made you do anything. I remember this one girl. I watched her video doing the trial. TMZ talked to her where she had met this I don't know if he was a sheik or prince or whatever. She called him Prince, so I guess he was some kind of prince.
Mm-hmm.
And he had flew her out, I think, to Miami, and she was staying at his house, and they was kicking, having a good time. Him and her and some other girls, and they was having a good time doing stuff. And he was like, "Y'all know what?" He said, "I'm gonna really change y'all life. I'm gonna change y'all life. I'm gonna change y'all life." And she was like, "What?" She's like, because she was trying to get into the music business, and he said,
"Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I'm gonna take you to meet Diddy. You gonna introduce me to Diddy? How you introduce me to Diddy? Because she thinking I'm finna get on." And he was like, yeah. So we're gonna go to this party. We're gonna go to this and do this and do that. And after that, we're gonna go to this party about 2 a.m. She's like, at 2 a.m. She said, oh, so when she said, oh, we're gonna go like after the club. You know, you have an after set after the club. So she thinking, oh, we're gonna have this little after set at the club at Diddy house.
Mm-hmm.
She said, so her and her friend, her and one of the girls that she had got really close to while she was kind of hanging out there, they was at the thing and this kind of now she said it was one of her girlfriends, I think, that was with her, with the, and she said they was hanging out. They kind of went to the party. She said when they got there, they made all of them turn their phones in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can't have your phones, turn your phones in. So she's like, okay, that's some weird type shit, but okay, turn my phone in. That's the rule. Turn your phone in.
Mm-hmm.
She said she turned her phone in, and then she go and walking around the outside of the party, and she said it was cool. Everybody was like just vibing, kicking it. You got people over here dancing, people drinking, people just kind of kicking it. And then she said, and then Diddy kind of came out, and he said, he the king of the world type shit, all that, stuff that he do. And then she was like, oh, that Diddy. Then she's like, and then they introduced her to Diddy. He was like, oh yeah, I heard about you, so and so, And then he was like, you been in the house yet? She was like, well, nah, I just been out here kind of vibing. He was like, make sure you go in the house. Go in the house. And then he said, while he was talking to her, Cassie came and kind of stood. She didn't say Cassie name. She said a person he was dating at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cassie. And she came and just kind of stood over him, watching, kind of, because he was getting like overly friendly. She's because he was putting his arm on her shoulder and all that. He was like, yeah, you got to come in the house. You got to come in. And then Cassie came, and then he said he kind of went off on her. She said he kind of went off on her. She was like, man, well, he's going off on this girl like that. And she was like, then all of a sudden, she said his son started coming over there. Justin them started coming over there like, yeah, you got to come in the house. And she said they came and offered her like this little robe type thing to put on. And said that's the way you come in the house, you got to wear that when you come in the house. And he was like, she was like, dang, okay, that's kind of crazy, but she said now she get curious, like, what's in the house? I want to see what's in the house. She said, but they never invited her girlfriend, just her. And she was like, I ain't going in without you, girl. And the girl was like, girl, you need to go so you can see what's in there. Da, 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 da. So she said she finally kind of go on in the house with his sons and everybody kept touching. So she said she go in the house. She said, I get in there. And she said it was she said it was folk having sex over here. It was folk doing stuff over there in that corner. In that corner, they doing stuff. And they coming by with trays. She said trays of like pills and stuff. Would you like something? She was like, hell no, what's that? No. Coming back with trays of pills and stuff. And she said it was just so weird and like crazy. And then she said she actually saw like it looked like young girls to her, young kids. Like, oh no, there's some crazy. She's like, I gotta get up out of here. Like, it's crazy. And she said she finally ended up. Well, she said what happened was it was a well-known rapper. And she said, I don't say his name, but she said he walked up to her and he was like, oh yeah, I heard about you, so and so, was telling me about you, whatever. And so he was kind of making some inappropriate, touching her, and she kept moving his hand like, no, don't do that,
Mhm.
And then she was like, she was seeing other not well-known rappers like doing crazy stuff, head and all kinds of stuff. So she's like, I got to get out of here, And she was like, man, I was like, and she could never find the prince, a dude or whoever brought her, whatever. And she was like, girl, we got to get out. So she went back out there like, girl, we got to get out. What you see? She said, girl, it's crazy. We got to get up out of here.
Mhm.
And so she was telling her whole story about that whole incident. But man, they said his parties was just crazy. Rodney said if she texted Diddy after we married about missing him, she belonged to the streets. Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
She belonged to the streets before he married her.
Correct.
She belonged to the streets way before that. It was just weird, a whole weird dynamic of them, man. And this video, like just having these two dudes together, because to be honest, I thought Clayton, the one on the right, I thought he was the Punisher until I went back and looked at the video. I said, no, he ain't. And then he referenced, like, even like the Punisher was there. And I was like, bro, how many dudes did she have that she was seeing on a regular basis and paying? That they would, and then and from what I gather, each session that they was having with her was 5 to 10 grand a pop.
Yep.
And that's why he said every time he saw cats and called, he was like, ching ching, it's time to get paid. Let me go get this money. He said that was a stream of income for him.
Mhm.
And depending on how many times he saw her, he always said that their sessions often last a day and a half. I'm like, how much effing you doing in a day and a half? And then she doing it with multiple dudes.
Mhm.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
She said, what about the coach that lost his bag for some cuckoo? This her way of saying, let's move on to something else. Well, it ain't really something else, same thing. So the Michigan's head coach, Sharon Moore, just lost his bag, got fired for inappropriate behavior with a staffer.
Mm.
I saw a picture circling the internet with him and this white lady, but somebody in the comments said, oh, that's actually his wife. So, and he's a black gentleman. And so they said, I don't know how true it is because I don't know him or his wife. But because they had evidence that it was inappropriate behavior, they fired him without having to pay out his contract. So that $5.5 million he was getting a year is gone.
Wow.
It's a wrap. So, and you got to understand, Michigan is one of the most coveted. It's kind of like the LSUs and the Floridas and it's one of the most coveted college programs.
That was a very expensive cuckoo.
Man, what? And you don't get no payout because you violated the contract. At least, some of these coaches that get fired, man, they had to pay them the contract because they just saying, hey, I don't want you no more, you fired. And they got 11, $15 million left on their contract. They got to pay these folk out, right? He gets nothing. Nothing.
I think something similar just happened with a sheriff here in Memphis too. He was having sex with a lady in the courts, and he done lost his job.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. See, and they never said if the staffer was a. And see, this is where we because Monica said he lost his bag for some cuckoo. We don't know if that staffer was a female or a male. Because it just said staffer. It didn't say a female staffer, a male staffer. It said for having inappropriate relationship with a staffer.
Mm.
I ain't trying to insinuate anything, but Monkey just said he lost his bag. I hope for the cuckoo and not the boo boo.
Shit.
I would hope.
Got him.
I would hope it was for the cuckoo and not the boo.
That's
But
true.
hey, you never know.
It's a lot that going on. So hey,
It's yeah.
it's applicable.
Definitely. It's Freestyle Friday, baby. So it's weird that I don't know, man. Like that would be in the back of my mind. Like if I'm getting 5 million, this is probably, and I want to say this was his first ever because I think he was assistant under Jim Harbaugh before he left. So I want to say this was his first head coaching job that he, I think, and my thing is like, bro, you at Michigan, you got a couple coaching job. If you do good, if you mess around and because you still had a winning program, 9 and whatever, you still had a good program, and if you keep on, man, that contract ain't gonna do no but increase. You're gonna be able to go in there and negotiate once your contract over and negotiate and get some bigger money if you competing, and you didn't mess the bag up, bro. Like my mind, I'd be like, she fine, but is she worth that 5.5 million?
It says that the University of Michigan is currently searching for a new head football coach after firing Sharon Moore on December 10th, 2025, due to an inappropriate relationship and subsequent alleged assault. Biff Poggi, an assistant coach, was named interim head coach for the upcoming Citrus Bowl as the Wolverines begin a national search for the next leader, with the names like Kenny Dillingham and Mike Elko and Jeff Brougham emerging as potential candidates. Ooh, we more,
It's Stafford.
yeah. I'm
They
trying to
ain't
see.
said she was a female or a male.
I'm looking down. That's why I picked up the phone and look because I don't see it. Don't say nothing.
Say. So we can't just assume he lost the bag over the cuckoo.
Yeah,
They didn't never say it. And then people always go and they done post a picture of him and this lady, and then somebody's like, man, that's his wife. So
right.
I don't know. But so did they fire the staffer?
You don't say.
See, that's what I'm saying. Did they fire the stuff like this? Sometimes, man, I be wanting to say
It was a setup.
it'd be a setup.
Yeah,
Like, did they send this female staffer? If it was a female staffer, did they send her after him because they felt like, man, he's just really not. He ain't doing it for us, and we don't want to pay him out. Let's send somebody at him. Let's document. Because how else do you know about the relationship and you have document? It's substantiated.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When my nephew was at University of Wisconsin, University of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I remember getting a call from his mom and said he was caught in his dorm room with some females and drugs, like weed, marijuana,
Okay.
but marijuana. And University of Green Bay, Wisconsin, what kind of females you thought he had in the room?
White bunnies.
You understand? So first thing come to my mind was, did somebody send them after him? Was they
Yeah.
looking for the payday eventually? What? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I called him. I was like, bro, you got to look. You got to do more. You got to be more careful, man. That's not it.
So again, on CNN, it even says the university said in a statement Wednesday that a school investigation revealed credible evidence that Moore was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with staff member. They keep on, it don't say nothing about the gender or who it was.
They don't say who it was, what she, if it was a female or a male. And so my thing was, for you to have this information, you have this. How did you get this information?
Right.
How
It
did you
says the
get it?
sudden announcement stated Moore, who is married and has 3 daughters, was terminated immediately and with cause. This conduct constitutes a clear violation of university policy, and U of M maintains zero tolerance for such behavior. The statement read, a Michigan football spokesman declined to comment to CNN Sports on the investigation Thursday, citing personnel matters. The University of Michigan is using an outside law firm to investigate more alleged inappropriate relationship with a staff member, and the university responds according to the source familiar with the matter. They dancing
Phyllis said,
around. They dancing
I didn't
around.
see this story, but Phyllis said I saw a story where they said the coach was cheating with a female who had gotten pregnant, and he offered to double her salary if she had an abortion. Not sure if that's true. I haven't heard this story.
Well,
And
it sounds like to me the staff is probably connected with somebody that's probably high up in the organization.
yeah, I haven't heard that particular story. And then you got to look and see like what source is it coming from too. So anytime I see a story on Facebook, the first thing I do is I go to Google and I see if it's on any credible, any credible stations. Like if it's on, is it on NBC, CBS, or one of these credible sources before I start. And hell, I mean, you really can't even. And the only reason I call them credible sources because they're major outlets,
right? So once TMZ get it, it's over with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but when you see the hip hop blog and it's stuff like that, I don't listen to that because it'd be a lot of stuff on Facebook and people just run with it. And the first thing I do is like, especially when they get to talk about celebrities or dying and all that stuff, I run straight to Google to see, like, because if it's somebody, Pepper, stop. If it's somebody major, or that's NFL, just like when the NFL, when Dallas Cowboys football player, when he unalived himself, when they put that out there, it seemed fake,
weird,
right? It seemed weird and fake. Pepper, stop. It seemed weird and fake, and so what I did was went straight to, of course, when I went to Google, it was multiple headlines about him, and it was from reputable sources, and it was saying that he had basically unalived himself. Well, they didn't give all the details. They said they was working out the details at that time. But I was like, man, this dude was just playing Sunday night. Now he So
the other situation with the other football player was real weird too. Back I think a couple of years ago, I can't think of the dude's name. They were saying that he was a clone and all this other stuff.
Who was that?
I can't think of the player name.
No, that sounds like the Jamie Foxx story. They were saying Jamie Foxx was cloned and all that.
Yeah. They said, what is he accused of doing? He said in response to a request for information about the incident involving Moore, Pittsfield Township Police sent a news release stating that the officers had responded to the 3000 block of Ann Arbor Saline Road to investigate alleged assault. Police confirmed that a suspect was taken into custody, and the incident does not appear to be random in nature. At the time of the investigation is ongoing, given the nature of the allegations, the need to maintain the integrity of the investigation and its current status. At this time, we are prohibited for releasing additional details. The statement from Pittsfield Township Police, further details regarding the incident will be released as soon as permissible. It's some hot news right here, Doc.
Yeah, but so if you can't release information, you release his name. So the person, the alleged person that he alleged assaulted or had this relationship, why you can't release that person's name? See, that to me,
that's black coach too, though, Doc. You know what I'm saying? You know how they go down.
That's your foul though, bro. That's
It's
fine.
real foul. Super foul.
It's just like me and Lavelle get into an altercation, and they just releasing my name and not Lavelle name.
Right. Yeah.
What? So why you just release my name?
It's definitely some propaganda, man. Anyway, University of Memphis have a new coach. Huff, what you think gonna happen with that? He seems to be very optimistic.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. He seems like he brings a great pedigree. I mean, what the heck is going on outside?
What's wrong?
Oh, they out here dig up something in the street. Okay, it's a loud track out here.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably gonna get real loud. So what I'm gonna do is, man, I'm gonna play this, and we'll talk about Huff. I mean, yeah, on another day. He got caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Now he can't get no rule.
Yeah.
Let's like this tea, man, with our girl
Cookie
Queen
was still, Doc.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl, Queen Watkins. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock that tea. Yo, if you decide to cheat in 2025, just know it could be some harsh repercussions, okay? Have y'all seen the girl that she's on her boyfriend and her boyfriend ended up putting Nair in her shampoo?
Yeah, that was
Let's talk
cool.
about it. So if you don't know what Nair is a form of shaving for a woman without a razor and things like that. It's basically just shaving cream that you can put on wherever you got hair at and sit it there for like 5 minutes and then wipe it down and the hair will be removed, right? So old boy found out his girl was cheating, and instead of him hitting her, instead of him unaliving her, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna make you bald head." Now, I'm not gonna say he's smart, but he thought that one out for sure because I would be so devastated. That hurts more than you sleeping with somebody else in my face. Like while I'm sitting here looking at you.
Yeah, especially
Like she looks like her head was somebody was playing in her head in a kid's cosmetology room. Like somebody mama just bought them a little head, the little doll head, and they just went crazy on the head. Laughing, playing with a razor, just went crazy on the head. Like she had spots. Who my heart would have been broken. He he kind of smart, I ain't gonna lie. That's not smart to do, but I'm saying instead of like putting his hands on her, because he could have just left, right? Like somebody cheating on you, you dead hurt, you could have just left. But hurt people hurt people. You can't just be out here doing stuff to folks and don't think that you can't expect. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
When karma hits you, or you don't know what to expect when you reaping what you sow, right? You can't just say, "Oh, he gonna go cheat on me. The female ain't gonna be as bad as I am with the band, whatever," or he won't find out. But oh boy did, and now oh girl probably got to wear straight wigs or cut all her hair out for a minute because it's gonna take a second for it to grow. At least 3 months for it to even grow and look like a puff on the top of her head, for real, for real. Yeah, that was insane. I've never heard of nothing like that, but I'm not gonna say no kudos because he didn't put his hands on her and all that other stuff because he shouldn't have made that girl look bald-headed like that, but stop cheating on people, okay? If you don't want them, just leave. If you want to be single, just do that. It's somebody out here for everybody, okay? Somebody cool with poly, somebody cool with all of this. So stop messing with people that's not cool with it. Simple. All right, y'all, that's all the tea that I have today. Make sure you tune in to 2 Minute Hits Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins. Clock that tea. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Bruh, that was brutal, bruh. Like a woman's hair? She said she can go. They're gonna grow back like 3 months, like a puff. God, hey, dog, hey, that was grade A, bro. I mean, like, I don't know. He moved pretty quick on his feet.
Hey, bro, I got the video.
Man, she was just watching her crying. I was like, damn.
I got the video. Wait a minute. I gotta put. Well, yeah, I gotta put this video. It is not funny, but
it funny shit.
It's not funny, but it is.
Oh, hey, bro, that's just like the Air Green Grits to me, bro. Oh man, she said it was gonna be like puff.
Man, that's
I mean, I can just see her reaction, Doc, once she started using what she thought was shampoo, and just started falling out her head. Man,
he Willie D her. What you see, D? Bob said that was diabolical.
Hey,
bro, man, look.
That ain't funny, man.
So let me ask you a question, Lavelle.
What?
Do you think this is like can she take him to court? Man, can she charges?
I don't know. It's a very.
I'm saying, would it be considered assault on the head? Would this be considered assault?
Hey, man, it probably can though, bro. Like, it can.
I mean, but what evidence she got that he put it in the bottle?
She said he be. But he
could, bro. He can wipe his,
so
he can wipe his fingerprints off the bottle, bro. Give her that look, it cost her big time. Cost her some pat. And look, that hair was pretty on them pictures.
Yeah.
Let me see, bro. Man, that just catch all in the back. Look at the back. She was rubbing it ain't good back there. Then she got that big bald spot patch. Oh my God.
I can just imagine the scene, you know what I'm saying? She come to the house, see, hey baby, you doing all right?
I'm good.
Yeah, everything is
take
good.
a shower. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did she put it on her?
There was some Tyler Perry type stuff right there, Doc.
Man.
Stop.
Where did she put it on her cuckoo?
Well, I mean,
why did she put it on her cuckoo, man?
More than likely, she probably. I mean, depending on what type of shampoo she uses, they got shampoo where you can put it on your body. So depending on what she was wiping it, she probably lost some skin too.
Man, we gotta get out of here, bro.
Oh my
God. Queen be coming up with some stuff, boy.
Man, when I saw that dog, I was like, "Oh man, I know she hurt." So,
Queen be coming up with some stuff, bro. Come on, prayers out, man. Look, shout out, man. We leaving out in the morning, man. Y'all be in prayer for us, man.
Yeah, I got a long flight, doc.
Yeah, y'all be in prayer for us.
What y'all gonna do while y'all on that flight all that time? Just sit there, I guess.
Sleep and eat.
Yeah. What's the how long is the flight? 11 hours?
No, the longest one is 13. The longest leg of the flight. We got a 3.5 hour flight to Salt Lake City, 13 and a half hour flight from Salt Lake City to Seoul, Korea. Then from Seoul, Korea to Vietnam is another 5 hours.
Shit. Boy. Man, flying high in the friendly skies.
Yeah.
Man, love y'all, man. Y'all have an amazing time, man. You know, y'all be doing y'all traveling, man. Boy, that's a long time, man. How long y'all gonna be over there?
The total trip is 14 days.
Then y'all gotta do all that flight over again. Gee, whiz, this Christmas. Yeah. Okay. Man, look. Freestyle Friday, man. Did it. Anyway, let us pray. Most gracious God, our Father, Lord God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this being God and being God all by yourself. Lord God, we ask you to give the Mays family traveling grace as they get ready to travel out of the country and let them arrive safely. Let them have a good time while they're over there and experience everything about that culture, and let them allow to come back safely as well. Lord God, continue to touch his family, my family, Queen family, and every family that's assembled. And allow us to have a safe weekend this weekend. We actually do all these things in your darling son, Jesus' name. Somebody shout it out. Amen.
Amen, man. We'll see y'all Monday morning some kind of way.
I think Doc is in Utah right now.
I
think that's where they need it. I think it's Phoenix. They in Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see y'all Monday morning. Same bad time.
Same bad place.
Too many hats.
Talk about it.
It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.